If you have a military administration in the midst of a democracy that we are celebrating today, of all days, why did the president and the Senate president choose today, being Democracy Day in Nigeria, to read those undemocratic and unconstitutional and illegal communications to the National Assembly? I will not even bother to take constructive objections and concerns. Well, that tells you how the APC has reduced Nigeria's democracy to. I take very strong objections to that. And listening to the president's very flowery, otherwise impressive speech, let me say this. It's a good thing to make beautiful declarations of principles and show democratic commitment. Words don't show democratic commitment. What matters is actions. Actions and actions. But you cannot be celebrating democracy. You cannot be flaunting yourself as a Democrat on the one hand, and on the other hand, be trampling democracy under your big presidential foot in Rivers State. The president missed a golden opportunity to raise and deepen democracy in Nigeria by restoring on today's Democracy Day democratic and normal civil constitutional rule in Rivers State. Of all the things the president said, the president was silent about Rivers State. And today is about democracy. Today is not about repression. Today is not about suppression of the views of the people of Rivers State. Today is about respecting and upholding the democratic rights under the Constitution and the laws. These issues that some of us feel passionate about, it's not because of Fubara's nationality. It's not about Fubara's party, if he has any. And these days, you can't even be sure which party people belong to. So I'm disappointed, firstly, that the president never said a word about the undemocratic developments in Rivers State, which he has enabled, which he has brought about, which he has sanctioned, and which he continues to sustain. And creating an impression as if all is well. No. As long as any part of Nigeria is under military rule, democracy is endangered in Nigeria as a whole.
Government of the people, by the people, and for the people. That's what democracy is. And today is a Democracy Day. And does anybody here feel that Nigeria is really democratic? Does anything in governance, any rules and regulations or any laws that have been enacted or any policies that this government has actually done that is people-oriented? Which one is it? Is it the removal of fuel subsidy that is people-oriented? What exactly is democracy? I mean, from the stance of this government, democracy, and you, by one single announcement, announced the removal of a government. On a normal day, if Governor Fubara was a problem, you would have also said, you know what, Fubara should step aside, or maybe make him redundant, leave the government in place, because they are people who voted them to be there. You have no right whatsoever to remove a sitting government. He has as much right as you are, or as you have. Yes, he has as much right as you have. He's just as legitimate as you are, legitimate. So on what basis are you in any way, saying that we are practicing democracy or removing a governor, a sitting governor? Where does that play out? Where does that, and then you concoct those things from the Constitution. This is what the Constitution is saying, and therefore, and you want to justify what you have done as democracy. So we're practicing democracy in Nigeria. Wonderful. Wonderful. Well, we premised this democracy on June 12th, and we all know what happened in June 12th. Somebody annulled an election. A sitting government annulled an election. A democratically elected electoral process was stopped, was annulled, and the person in question was trying to gain back his mandate, and he was arrested and then put in jail and eventually died. Can you really say that the elections that brought Tinubu to power was legitimate? Can we really say that the process that brought Tinubu to power was fantastic, was seamless? It's one that democracy can build on. Why is it that 1 month, 1 year, 7 months to the next election, there hasn't been any reforms? And this government is not talking about a free and fair election, a reform that will get us a better election, at least better than what we have had in 2023. Yet, we are celebrating democracy. We are announcing names. We are posthumously giving honors to whom honors are due. Humphrey Nwosu, who, after all the whole hullabaloo, after all the whole walkout sessions that the Senate had, the Igbo senators had, after all the whole symposium, after all the whole call that Humphrey Nwosu must be immortalized, because of course, that guy would have sold out. He would have been subservient to the government of the day and said, you know what, let me do something to rig it out. He wouldn't have even brought out the so-called A4 that people are celebrating today. So on what basis are we celebrating democracy? Is it just about speeches that really makes no sense? Is it just about people who are despondent, and every now and then, June 12th, they commemorate those days, and then it feels that, oh, it's a fantastic day. Oh, what Abiola had to go through. Oh, how we would have been if that particular election stood. But we face worst case scenarios today. Our electoral process is flawed, and which is one of the major cardinals of democracy, our electoral system. And that reform has not been done. The people who faulted that election, who told us there were glitches up until this moment, are still holding their seat. And then you want us to believe in your kind of democracy. Make it make sense. What we are just practicing, frankly speaking, it's damn decrease. If there's anything that exists like that, because it's not democracy that we know, that is government of the people, by the people, and for the people. Because there's nothing the last 2 years that has been by, for, and with the people. Quote me.